What happened to Bill after leaving Moonshiners? Life after the show. Bill, a name synonymous with the gritty, high-stakes world of moonshining, had been one of the central figures on the popular reality TV series Moonshiners. For fans of the show, his larger-than-life personality and rebellious spirit were unforgettable. Yet, as the show's seasons progressed, Bill made a decision that would surprise many. He stepped away from the spotlight. The question that loomed in the minds of many fans was, what happened to Bill after leaving Moonshiners? Did he return to his old ways, or did the fame of television lead him to new paths and opportunities? The truth is, Bill's life post-show is as fascinating as his time on the series. The end of an era. Bill's exit from Moonshiners. Bill's decision to leave Moonshiners was not an easy one. Having been on the show for multiple seasons, he had become a fan favorite. His rugged persona and commitment to traditional moonshine making had made him a central character, and fans saw him as a symbol of the show's raw, unfiltered approach to depicting the moonshining lifestyle. But as the series progressed, Bill found himself facing pressures both personal and professional that made him rethink his future. For years, Bill had been part of a tight-knit group of moonshiners who prided themselves on their secretive, underground operation. The secrecy and danger were integral parts of their existence, but once the cameras started rolling, the lines between real life and entertainment became blurred. Bill had been portrayed as someone deeply committed to the craft, but the intrusion of reality TV began to take its toll. In interviews after his departure, Bill mentioned that one of the biggest reasons for leaving the show was the shift in focus that occurred over time. The producers wanted more drama, more spectacle, and for Bill, this was a turning point. The lifestyle of a moonshiner wasn't about drama. It was about tradition, hard work, and survival. Bill, true to his nature, didn't want his craft to become a sideshow. Stepping away from the spotlight after leaving Moonshiners, Bill's life took a significantly different direction. He didn't simply disappear or retreat into obscurity. Instead, Bill chose to return to his roots, focusing on the quiet, unassuming life of a true moonshiner. The show may have put him on the map, but Bill never sought fame for the sake of fame. Bill took a step back from the public eye and retreated into his home state, the Appalachian region, where he had lived for most of his life. He returned to his small, secluded property, where he had long been involved in his own family's legacy of making moonshine. The area is filled with people who view moonshining as a tradition passed down through generations, and Bill was no different. But without the camera crew and the bright lights of the television industry, Bill's life felt more authentic. One of the first things Bill did after leaving the show was to focus on his family. The fame that Moonshiners brought into his life had been bittersweet, and while he appreciated the support from his fans, he found that it had strained his relationships. His family had always been his foundation, and in order to find peace again, Bill chose to prioritize them. He spent more time with his children and grandchildren, teaching them about the ways of the mountain life, as well as the secrets of moonshining that had been passed down to him. The return to moonshining it wasn't long before Bill returned to doing what he loved most, making moonshine. However, there were some significant changes in how he approached the craft. Moonshining, especially on the scale that Bill had practiced for years, wasn't just about the act of distilling alcohol. It was about the deep connection to the land, the people, and the traditions that made the process unique. While he may have once used makeshift stills and secretive methods, Bill's time on Moonshiners had introduced him to new techniques and technologies. He became more selective about the ingredients he used, opting for organic, locally sourced corn and other grains, as well as incorporating sustainable practices into his distilling process. Bill found that by using higher quality ingredients and cleaner methods, he could produce a superior product, one that could be marketed legally without the need for secrecy. Bill began working with a few close friends and family members to create small batches of premium moonshine. Though he still kept his operations low-key, he started experimenting with unique flavors and aged spirits that were far removed from the traditional white lightning that had made him famous on the show. This new venture wasn't about getting rich or becoming famous. It was about preserving the craft in a way that was true to his values. Eventually, Bill caught the attention of small, local distilleries that were interested in collaborating with him to produce high-quality spirits legally. These distilleries were more focused on craft spirits and premium products than mass-market production, so it was a perfect fit for Bill's philosophy. The partnership allowed Bill to continue doing what he loved while ensuring that his product could be sold within the legal framework, opening up new opportunities for revenue and exposure. The social media resurgence, although Bill had stepped away from mainstream television and the glare of public attention, he didn't entirely disappear. Social media, particularly Instagram and Facebook, became platforms where he could maintain a connection with his fans while keeping his personal life private. Bill started sharing glimpses of his life on his own terms. He posted pictures of his distilling operations, his time with family, and the beautiful Appalachian landscape that had shaped his life. Fans flocked to his pages, eager to see what the man they had watched on television was doing in his post-Moonshiner's life. These posts were not just about promoting a brand. They were about sharing a way of life that Bill had always cherished. He connected with fans who were interested in the authenticity of his lifestyle, not just the drama of the show. He began receiving invitations to appear at local festivals and moonshine events. Bill became a guest speaker at industry conventions, sharing his expertise with others in the craft alcohol industry. He was no longer the outlaw distiller on the run from the law. Instead, he was a respected figure in the legal spirits industry. While he may have turned down large-scale commercial deals, Bill found satisfaction in connecting with small distillers and like-minded individuals who respected his work and his way of life. Bill's legacy in the moonshining world. Bill's life after Moonshiners is one that represents a return to his roots. He didn't need the cameras to validate his craft. He had always known its value. The fame that came from the show may have brought him money and a wider audience, but it also allowed him to open doors to new opportunities in the legal world of craft distilling. Through his post-show life, Bill made it clear that he was not interested in being a mere caricature of the moonshiner lifestyle. He was a man of principles, one who understood the balance between tradition and innovation. Bill may have left the show, but he never left the world that defined him. Now, Bill is often remembered not just for his time on Moonshiners, but for the legacy he built after the show ended. He is a figure who successfully navigated the tension between the allure of television fame and the desire for a quieter, more authentic life. For Bill, the journey didn't end with the cameras turning off. It was just a new chapter. And so, Bill's story continues, not just in the show, but in the everyday work of a moonshiner who's become a respected craftsman and a symbol of authenticity in an industry that's constantly evolving. What happened to Bill after leaving Moonshiners? He found peace, prosperity, and purpose, all while staying true to the principles that made him a star in the first place. What happened to Bill after leaving Moonshiners? Life after the show. Bill Elliott, known to fans of Moonshiners as a seasoned moonshiner and one of the most intriguing characters on the show, has captured the imagination of many viewers. For years, Bill's life and his expertise in illegal distilling made him a central figure in the moonshine world, offering insight into a way of life that's both romanticized and dangerous. However, after leaving the show, his life took on a different path. Fans have been curious about what happened to Bill once he decided to leave the reality TV spotlight. How did he transition from being a moonshiner on TV to navigating life behind the scenes? The truth behind Bill's departure from Moonshiners is a combination of personal reflection, external pressures, and a deep desire to live life on his own terms. When he left the show, he left behind a life that had become increasingly hectic, and for him, unsustainable. He wanted more privacy, a break from the cameras, and to reconnect with the simpler things that had made him fall in love with moonshining in the first place. But what came after the cameras stopped rolling is an interesting journey that paints a picture of who Bill Elliott truly is beyond his larger-than-life persona on television. A return to roots. The decision to leave when Moonshiners first aired. Bill quickly became one of its most popular stars. His gruff demeanor, vast knowledge of moonshining, and undeniable charisma made him a fan favorite. However, the reality of being part of a show like Moonshiners soon set in. What many fans might not have realized was that the life Bill lived on screen was not entirely reflective of his private life. The filming schedule, the public scrutiny, and the staged nature of some aspects of the show took their toll. For Bill, the love of